right, let's talk about it. See how we do. So number 12 on page 104 says, Harold rides his bike to school. Yay, story problem. Good stuff, right? 10 minutes after he left, he was 11 miles from school. So this is number 12 on page 104. So it said 10 minutes after he left, he was 11 miles from school. Is that okay? And then it says 20 minutes after he left, he was 9 miles from school. So then we have another opportunity. So 20 minutes after he left, he was 9 miles from the school. Okay? So, kid's riding his bike 10 minutes after he left. So if he left at 12:10, after 10 minutes after he left, he's 11 miles away from his school. See, he lives kind of far from his school. And then 20 minutes after he left, so then at 12:20, if we were going by that clock, it would be, he was only 9 miles from the school. So is he getting closer to the school as he rides his bike?
Yeah.
Everyone feel comfortable with that information? Okay. Write a linear equation that forms, okay. So we want to write a linear equation. So I want to make an ordered pair here of 10, 11 to go with this and this. What would my other ordered pair be then from the green? 20, 9? Does everyone feel comfortable with that? Is there any part of that information that you're like, I'm not sure? Okay. Slope equation. Remember we said you have to know this equation. All right, so let's plug in. So 9 minus 11. Is that okay? 9 minus 11, then 20 minus 10?
Yes.
So I get negative 2 over 10, which will reduce to negative 1 over 5. So the slope is negative 1 over 5. The y value on top goes with what units? The y value on top goes with what units? Minutes or miles? Miles. So he gets 1 mile closer to his school every 5 minutes. Make sense?
Wait, it says 1 over 5.
Right.
Yeah.
So he gets 1 mile closer to his school every 5 minutes.
Do we have to write that out, or can we just leave it as?
Well, I might ask you that in that term. So, I mean,
5 minutes?
it's your words. Make it your words.
Okay.
My words aren't the 100%. Okay?
5 minutes on a bike for 1 mile is really long.
Okay.
It's like on a bike you go fast. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Maybe
All right.
on a bike you go fast.
What is the y-intercept and what does it seem to be? So, I'm going to go a little bit further on this problem. So, I want to use this equation. Which equation is this? Which equation is this? What equation is that?
Slope.
Almost.
Point slope.
Point slope. Good. All right, so I'm going to use this, and I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to pick, I'll pick this one, and then also my slope. So 10, 11, and my slope, which was negative 1/5. Is that right? So I'm going to plug that in. That's an x1, that's a y1. So I'm going to get y minus 11 equals m. So m is what? What is it? 1/5. And then I get x minus 10. Agree?
Yeah.
Anyone stuck on that? Now, yeah.
I don't understand it.
You need to come see me. We've been here every day. Seriously, if you're at that point and you don't understand it, you need to come see me.
I don't know. I understand how the equation is written. I just don't understand the numbers.
Oh, okay. So like the y minus y.
Yeah, that's why I usually get mixed up with this, with the x1 and the y1.
Okay, so that goes there. It's grouped, so it's opposite. This goes here, so it's grouped, so it's opposite. Remember we said we're lazy? So that should be grouped. That's why it's opposite. All right. It says, what is the y-intercept and what does it represent in this column, or this problem? I don't know what the y-intercept is right now, do I? So in order to get the y-intercept, I need to make this look like y equals mx plus b, meaning I want to get rid of the parentheses, and I want to get y all by itself. Agree? All right, distribute here, here. So I get y minus 11, negative 1/5 times x. Negative times negative is positive. 1/5 of 10.
9.
Close?
Negative 9.
No?
2.
2. Thank you.
Oh, those are 9.
And then add 11. Y equals negative 1/5x plus 13. What is the y-intercept here, first of all? What's the y-intercept? 13. So 13 is my y-intercept. What does the 13 mean in the context of this problem? Yeah.
He lives 13 miles away.
Perfect. He lives 13 miles away. Okay?
Uh,
He lives 13 miles from school. He gets on his bike. He rides his bike for a certain amount of time. He gets a little bit closer to school. He rides his bike a little bit further, assuming he stays at a constant rate on his bike, and he gets a little bit closer to school. So the y-intercept in the context of the problem, this problem, excuse me, means that he lives 13 miles away. What does the slope mean? Well, we already said that. We said the slope was he will get 1 mile closer to school for every 5 minutes he rides his bike. Yeah.
how'd you get the plus 2?
I distributed 1/5. So negative times negative is positive. 1/5 of 10 is the same thing as 10 over 5. 10 over 5 is 2.
Okay.
All right. Got slope. Hey, how far from school is he after he rides 30 minutes? Where do you think I should plug 30 in on this problem? Should I plug it in for x or should I plug it in for y? So 30 minutes. Let's look up above. 30 minutes. They're x values for minutes, right? You're absolutely right. Good. So I'm going to plug 30 in for x. Okay, that means that he was riding his bike for 30 minutes, and this is going to tell us how much closer to his school he is right now. All right, so negative times positive is negative. 5 goes into 36 times plus 13. What is negative 6 plus 13? 13 subtract 6? 7. So 30 miles into his ride, 30 minutes into his ride, he is 7 miles still from school. Okay? And after how many minutes will he be 6 miles from school? So the last thing says, hey, when will he be 6 miles? Okay, so look back at our ordered pairs.
It takes 5 minutes.
The minutes were the x, right? What was the y? Miles. Okay, so y is miles. So 6 miles, I'm going to go 6 equals. This is my equation, right? Or where's my equation? Right here. So I'm plugging in 6 there. So I get 6 equals negative 1/5 x. Okay. Plus 13.
What?
What? Hey, bud. Does that make sense so far? Thank you. No, you're good. How do I solve this for x? What should I do with this 13?
Add it.
Well, it's already plus. So what's the opposite of add? Subtract. Negative 7 equals negative 1/5x. How do I get x all by itself?
Divide.
By?
1/5.
If I divide by a fraction, that means I multiply by the reciprocal. Agreed? So negative 5/1. So I'm going to multiply this side by negative 5/1. So what's negative times negative? Positive. 5 times 7 is 35. So when he is 6 miles from school, he has ridden his bicycle for 35 minutes. Cool? All right. Take a look what we have up here. What is this formula?
Slow formula.
Should I erase that or keep it up
Keep
then?
it.
Okay. What is this one? If they're parallel, they have the?
Same.
They're perpendicular, they have?
Opposite.
What the heck is an opposite reciprocal?
I don't know.
Okay, if I had a slope of 5, if I have a slope of 5, what's the opposite value of 5?
Negative 5.
-5. If I make 5 a reciprocal, what's the reciprocal of it? Yeah. -1/5. If I have 3 over 17, how do I, 17 over 3, and it's, what sign?
Negative.
Negative. Okay. Cool.
Wait, so the opposite negative is perpendicular and
Yes.
parallel always have to
Same.
have the same
Is
slope?
always the exact same.
Exact. So
Exact.
the slope is 1/3.
The parallel slope is also 1/3. You are absolutely right. Not next week, the week after. So I bet you there's a whole bunch of anxious turkeys out there, right? All right, will you put everything away? You need to grab a calculator, grab one out of this.
Do they raise turkeys on a farm like chickens?
Race?
Yes.
Yeah.
they do.